Welcome back to Ode to Ghosts. We're your hosts, Will.
And Audrey.
We have another spectacular research-based episode provided by Miss Audrey Tate.
Today's creature is from North Carolina, where we are from. So that's exciting. And it is the, drum roll please, Wampus Cat.
Cat.
Yeah, because I love cats. Anyways, so this creature is from all of the Appalachian region, but is mostly known to North Carolina. So that's why we chose it today. I chose it today.
Actually, I think you chose it yesterday.
Well, yeah, but to read today. Oh, no. Hold on.
So I'll ask the question that I just asked you because I'm sure everybody is wondering. Is the Wampus Cat cute?
So I think it's really cute. I mean, like, it depends because, I mean, if I saw it in person, I'd be scared of it. I'd think it's very scary, but it is cute because it looks like a cat. It looks like a big cat.
So is it like a...
It looks like a panther.
Mmm.
Yeah.
Me likey.
Yeah.
Can we go ahead and throw a picture up?
Yeah, we can. I added
Just
some
so
to
I
the
can get a
end.
visual.
It literally just looks like a black panther. So
That's
like
literally
that.
like, okay, so...
And that's another picture of it. Yeah.
Interesting. So it looks like it's not anything other than an animal at all.
Oh, but it's more. It's more than just an animal.
Well, why don't you use your research abilities and tell us about...
All right. I will. So, you might be wondering, what is the Wampus Cat? The Wampus Cat.
What is it? What is the Wampus Cat?
The Wampus Cat is a cat-like creature from American storytelling with its roots in Cherokee folklore. It is often associated with Appalachian legends, where it is referred to by a few different names, such as the Galliwampus.
Oh, I've heard of that before. I've heard of Galliwampus.
Or the Whistling Wampus. And it depends on the region. So the Virginias and North Carolina just refer to it as the Wampus or Wampus Cat.
Okay.
Galliwampus comes from Missouri, and Whistling Wampus is Kentucky, Tennessee area.
Galliwampus is my favorite.
Yeah, so
Good job, Missouri.
the Wampus Cat is known to be as far west as Missouri, all the way over to the Virginias and North Carolina. But it becomes a lot more prevalent the further east you go. So North Carolina is just known for the Wampus Cat, specifically in the mountains. It's in Appalachia.
Wait, is there a specific place that it like started in?
So I mean, again, it comes from just Cherokee folklore, and it derives from like a story, which I'm gonna read the story of what it came from.
I just didn't know if like so much of the other stuff that we've talked about, if it's like originated from a certain state or...
Don't know if the story specifies where. Yes, it did. So it did actually come from what is today North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It emerged in the early 20th century as what we know it today to be, since becoming local regional lore, and it can be defined as a cryptid because there are people who have claimed to have first-hand accounts of it in real life.
Oh, so it is like newer-ish, kind of. It's not like a crazy
I mean,
old...
again, like the story
that we know of
comes from Native American folklore, which goes back way further than the early 20th century.
How do centuries work? Like, who decides that?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Please go on.
Okay, scratch that. When did the 20th century start?
The 20th century is the 1900s.
Okay.
So, early 20th century would be early 1900s.
Okay. I guess I just think it's dumb.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand why it's called that.
I think it's dumb that the 2000s isn't the...
Well, it's because the 1900s would be the 20th century.
Yeah, but like...
No, I know what you mean. But anyways.
That's always like made me mad.
Yeah. So, basically the local like Appalachia lore emerged in the early 20th century, but it goes back as far as probably, I don't really know, longer than that. As for its appearance, we already showed the picture, but sometimes it's depicted as being like a kind of comical, silly, funny, cute little cat. And some depictions is more frightening, evil, kind of menacing look to it.
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't watching the podcast, she kind of already said this, but it literally just looks like
Yeah,
a
and I'm about
panther.
to describe kind of what it
Look it up.
is described in the stories, but it's described as a mountain lion appearing creature at first glance, which on its own would already be terrifying to see in person, just a mountain
Yeah.
lion in general. But this cat has the ability to run on its hind legs, as
Okay,
well
this
as
it's
all
not cute
six,
anymore.
as well as all six of its legs. It has 6 legs, and it can run on all 6.
The pictures that you showed me did not
Mhm.
have. Did it really?
Yep. The second one did. Because in the original depiction of it, it doesn't have 6 legs, but it can run on its hind legs. But in modern stories, it has 6 legs.
That is very terrifying and skinwalkery, and I don't like that.
Yes. And because of its 6 legs, it is very, very fast and very, very stealthy. So usually you don't know it's there unless you hear it. Basically, otherwise it's already there.
Can you show me that picture again? Because I did not notice that it had 6 legs. Ew.
Yeah.
Did this one breed with an insect?
So again, I didn't include them because it's very similar to the last one. There are so many different theories, and a lot of the theories are the same as the other one, where people are like, "Oh, it could be a crossbreed. It could
Right,
be a
yeah.
random species.
No, I just wanted to
whatever."
be
But
stupid.
so yeah, it can run on its hind legs. It can literally stand up. When it stands up, it's usually between 5 or 6 feet tall, so just about the
Okay.
same height as a human. It is most commonly sighted just after dark or just before dawn, all throughout the mountains. And as far as information that everyone can equally agree on in all stories, that's really as far as it goes, because after that, the story of how it became a thing is completely different, and it really just depends on who you talk to. But since the obviously Cherokee version of this story was the original, I will start with that, and I'm going to read basically the story of how it became a thing.
Okay.
So, basically, Cherokee folklore. I'm reading off of a website. I didn't type this up, just so you know. It's like a official thing.
What's your source?
AppalachianHistory.net.
Nice.
Cherokee folklore, which is filled with tales of evil spirits lurking in the deep, dark forests that surrounded their villages, offers a different view of the Wampus Cat. An evil demon called Ua, the spirit of madness, had been terrorizing the village of Etowah, or Chota, depending on what version you hear, in what is today North Carolina. The village shamans and war chiefs called for a meeting. The wise shamans told the war chiefs that sending the braves to hunt and kill the Ua was surely going to be the end of their tribe, for the Ua had the terrible power to drive men mad with a glance.
Question. Is this demon, the Ua, is this already the...
No.
Okay, I just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
For myself and for others.
The war chiefs argued that the Ua could no longer feast on the dreams of the Cherokee children, and that something must be done. Together they agreed that their strongest brave would go alone and bring great honor to his family and tribe by killing the mad demon.
Totally.
Standing Bear, or Great Fellow, depending on the story version, was the strongest, fastest, sneakiest, smartest, and most respected brave in all of Cherokee Nation.
Standing Bear?
Yeah. And he was chosen to do battle with the demon. As he walked from his village, the shamans blessed him, and the war chiefs gave him many fine weapons with which to slay the beast, and on the edge of town, his wife, Running Deer, bid him a final farewell. She would never see him the same way again. Weeks went by, and there was no word from Standing Bear. Suddenly, late one night, the stricken brave came running back into camp, screaming and clawing at his eyes. One look, and Running Deer knew. Her husband was no more. With time, he would be able to pick berries and work in the fields with the young girls and unmarried widows, but he would never be any good as a husband again, and by Cherokee law, that meant he was dead. For context, this means that the Ua spirit had basically gotten into his soul and made him go mad. So
it
he's
didn't.
not there anymore.
So it didn't completely take him over because he would have just killed the entire, like.
No, not
tribe.
necessarily. It doesn't make them like murderous or anything, but it basically just makes them like insane and like they just aren't like who they were. If that makes sense. Yeah. Standing Bear's name was never again mentioned, but Running Deer had loved her husband and she wanted revenge. Running Deer went to the shamans and they gave her a mask, a bobcat's face, and they told her that the spirit of the mountain cat could stand against the Ua, but she must be the one to surprise the demon. The war chiefs gave her a special black paste, which when rubbed on her body would hide her scent as well as her body. She kissed her former husband on the forehead, with his blank eyes staring, and headed off to seek her revenge.
I hate that.
Running Deer knew the woods as well as she knew the village. She ate sweet berries to keep up her strength over the many days, but still she came across no sign of the Ua. Then, late one night, she heard a creature stalking down by the stream. As she crept slowly towards the creek, she heard a twig snap behind her. She spun, and just as suddenly realized how quickly it could have been the end of her. Behind her, a fox darted across the pathway. If that had been the Ua, I would be mad by now, the widowed Cherokee woman thought to herself as she continued towards the creek. At the edge of the creek, she saw footprints which did not belong there, and her former husband's breastplate lie at the edge of the water. As she followed the prints upstream, she saw the demon. Its hulking form lurched hideously over the water, drinking from the pristine mountain spring. The Ua hadn't seen her. Running Deer crept ever closer, and just as she felt she could bring herself no closer, she sprang. The Ua spun around, saw the cat spirit mask, and began to tear at itself as the spirit of the mountain cat turned its powerful magic back on itself. The Ua tumbled backwards into the pool, and Running Deer immediately turned on her heel and ran as fast as she could back to the village, never once looking back. When she arrived home, she sang a song to herself, a quiet song of grief for her husband, but also of joy for the demon's banishment. The shamans and war chiefs declared Running Deer the spirit talker and home protector. Some say that the spirit of Running Deer inhabits the Wampus Cat, and that she continues her eternal mission of watching her tribe's lands, to protect them and their people from the demons that hide in the dark and lost places of Tennessee.
Is there any reason why they think that she holds the spirit of the Wampus Cat? Because it didn't say like anything about like.
Well, because she was the one that was able to like have this spirit of the mountain cat with her that fought against the demon, and when she returned, she was, I guess you could say, blessed with the like title of being the home protector and protecting her land and her home, which, I mean, Native American culture is very, very spiritual. So that's where it comes from.
I guess my question is more so how. Like, is it like she died and then like became this?
No, it's
like,
just her. I mean, eventually she died. Yes, it's her spirit that is living in that area. That's
and
just
her
how the
spirit
lore
just
started.
happens to take
I
the
don't
form.
know.
Her spirit just happens to take the form of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the like original Cherokee story of the Wampus Cat and how it came to be.
That's
There
pretty
is
cool.
another story that comes from another Cherokee legend of the Wampus Cat that I'll read. It's a little bit shorter. But this one seems to be a little bit less agreed upon than the one I just read.
Okay.
So, according to one Cherokee legend, the Wampus Cat was once a beautiful woman. Her husband would often leave their village to go hunting for food with other men in their tribe. The men would conduct sacred rituals before the hunt, asking forgiveness from the animals that would give their lives to feed the villagers.
I like that.
The woman was very curious and wanted to witness these rites of magics for herself. However, their custom forbade women from taking part in the rituals. One night, however, curiosity got the best of her, and she secretly followed her husband and his group of hunters into the forest, wrapped in a cougar's skin to camouflage herself. She came to a clearing in the forest where the men had gathered, hiding behind a rock, and she finally bore witness to the ritual she sought so long to see. She crept closer and closer, wanting more detail, but the medicine man leading the ritual spotted her. The hunters pulled her into the circle, and the medicine man placed a curse on her. This magic bound the cougar skin she was wearing into her own, and her body changed into some kind of human cougar hybrid beast. This curse doomed her to roam the Appalachian mountains and valleys forever alone. As the story goes, whenever you hear a lonely scream at night, whenever something is missing or destroyed from houses in the hills, the mountain people knew that the Wampus Cat is on the prowl, angered at her eternal sentence of solitude, never able to rejoin the human race.
Okay, so here's where some discrepancy comes in. Is the Wampus Cat known to be aggressive or passive aggressive or
So this is exactly what I mean by like all of the stories have very different depictions of the Wampus
well,
Cat.
that's exactly the point that I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting at, is because if the second story is true, then it would be very aggressive. If the first story is
Right.
true, it would more than likely would not be.
Yeah. So that's why I say it's very different, because some people believe that the Wampus Cat is just a like mysterious cat, that, which, fun fact, Wampus actually means mysterious animal. So Wampus Cat literally just means mysterious cat.
Is that like
Anyway,
Native American dialect, or like what is
I
that?
don't know, to be honest. I just read it somewhere in this big long thing I was reading. But um what was I saying? Completely forgot.
Great question. Um, um, well, we were talking about the different
You would.
stories and how one
Oh
would make
yeah,
it
some
aggressive,
people
one would make.
think believe it's just like a mysterious cat that, is scary and fast and whatever, and then some people believe that it's a cat that terrorizes the people of the mountains. There's different ones that it nobody can agree on one. There's not one that's necessarily correct.
Is there anything recent that you found, or like not like recent, like as in like this year or last year, but like
Yeah, I have modern stories of it. Um that was next.
I'm on
So,
it.
yeah. So in modern Appalachia descriptions, it is a black or tan furred cat. It always will have glowing yellow eyes and long fangs. It's known to have incredible speed and stealth due to its legs, and is able to pierce the souls of its victims, which that is still a common denominator in the stories, and causing insanity. Um, it will create a loud, high-pitched, echoing howl, similar to a regular mountain lion, but just much louder and much more.
I don't like that comparison now, because if we ever hear that again, I'm gonna be like, which
No,
one is it?
literally.
Because it's bad
I
news
mean, if
bears
it's
either
not dark
way.
out, then it's not the Wampus. The
Yeah.
Wampus is dusk or dawn. But yeah, so then the modern depiction, the Wampus Cat is simply considered a cryptid mystery big cat. Sadly, eastern mountain lions were hunted to extinction in the last century. It is said that people still have sightings of them occasionally, which could be an explanation of what some people have encountered. However, what sets apart the Wampus Cat is its jet black appearance, glowing yellow eyes, large fangs, and its ability to walk on its hind legs. This does not sound like a regular mountain lion, which always has a light brown coat. Despite reports saying it is only 5 feet tall when standing, it is still a terrifying creature that you don't want to encounter. The Wampus Cat is also said to have a terrible stench, like a mixture of skunk and wet dog, as a result of allegedly living in sewers, and much of like one of the legends, it may have the ability to pierce one's soul by staring at them, driving them to madness, similar to the Uwa. Another legend in Tennessee says that if you hear the Wampus's cry, someone will die and be buried within 3 days. Additionally, modern reports of the Wampus Cat blame it for the disappearance of local livestock and even children.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's where I read about the meaning of Wampus. Interestingly, the etymology behind the Wampus Cat derives from the term catawampus, which came about in the early 1800s. This word had several meanings in different American dialects, one of which from the Carolinas is a word to describe a strange unknown animal. It could also be related to the word catamount, which is a name for the eastern mountain cougar species. It seems, however, that sometime in the 20th century, catawampus morphed into Wampus Cat through the more simpler term Wampus, is still used in the American South to describe mysterious animals or cryptids.
I feel like that is why I have heard the name Galliwampus
Mm-hmm.
is like
Probably.
used in just, oh, who knows what that was? Maybe it was Galliwampus.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Because that's what it comes from. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, with this cryptid, like, yes, there's, like, stories of its origin and stuff like that, but there's really not much that people know about it. Hence why it's just this unknown, mysterious
Yeah.
cat. But there have been some alleged sightings of it. So this one is happened during the turn of the 20th century by a hunter named Jinx Johnson. He lived on the West Virginia and Virginia border. And one night he was out hunting with his dogs. He would soon find that the Appalachians were not very welcoming after all. His dogs began to whimper and ran off the path that they were on. Suddenly, the forest air was filled with putrid odor, like an animal had messed with a skunk and fell into the bog. Jinx then heard something howl behind him. He turned around quickly, dropping his rifle in the process, and found himself face to face with a black cat-like beast with big glowing yellow eyes, saliva dripping from its large fangs.
Yikes.
As any man would be, Jinx was petrified. He described the creature as looking like a mountain lion, but it was standing on its hind legs. The beast howled once more, causing the fight or flight response to kick in, and Jinx chose flight. Running as fast as he could to a nearby friend's home, he could almost feel the breath of this beast on his neck as it chased him through the woods. He made it in the nick of time, and Jinx's friend slammed the door shut on the beast. They had to hold the door shut as the creature tried to get in. Eventually, it gave up its attack and wandered back into the woods. Jinx spent the night searching for his dogs and found them cowering in a nearby barn the next morning. After that experience, Jinx Johnson never hunted at night again.
When was this noted?
Early 19th century or 20th century.
Okay, it is scary, but I'm just imagining like this like cartoon picture of this man running with this thing like standing up on his hind legs, like running
Yeah.
behind him.
This is the picture that is accompanying the story.
There's a glare. Can you like push the screen down?
Just like a screaming, howling
Ugh.
animal.
That one looks more like man-like than
Yeah.
don't like it.
But yeah. That's that one. And there was, I don't know why I didn't include it, but there was another story that I had read about these people who were camping in the Great Smoky Mountains and heard the howls all night long. And the group of friends basically just huddled together the whole night listening to these howls that they were pretty certain was the Wampus Cat in the woods around them. That was another one that I had read.
All these stories make me never want to go camping again, but I know
I
that
know.
I will.
Yeah. But that's like all the information I have listed. Is there any other questions that you have?
I don't guess there's any information on whether it's possible or not to kill one, since it's so.
Good question. Possible to kill.
That's a question I'll always want
Wampus.
to know within your research.
Okay.
Not that I'm going to go out hunting for one, but I just,
No.
because I feel like with this
Yeah.
one there wouldn't really be any information since it's kind of unheard of, and
Yeah. Let me read this thing real quick and see if there's anything.
because I'm guessing it's not like Sasquatch where there's like multiple of them.
I don't know. To be honest.
Unless the spirit spreads.
Yeah. Nothing's saying it, honestly. This cat has several supernatural abilities, agility and stealth. I also didn't include this one because I don't know. I feel like every cryptid kind of has this theory that it can shapeshift or become invisible.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
Shape-shifting is
every
just, like,
cryptid I've read
every-
about, that's
yeah.
like possibility, but yeah, and it's kind of interesting because also like there the Wampus Cat is actually like high school mascots in some places too.
I think I feel like I've seen that before too.
Um,
It's so funny.
including Leesville is in North Carolina, right? Leesville High School.
I think so.
Um, there's a college baseball team out of North Carolina called the Uwari Wampus Cats. So it's definitely a big thing in North Carolina. And honestly, I mean, it's probably because I didn't actually grow up in North Carolina. I'd never really I don't think I've ever heard of the Wampus Cat
I mean, I
before this.
hadn't.
I think I'd heard the name or the term Wampus, but I never heard about
Galliwampus
this.
is the only thing that I've heard as far as like referring to other like just four-legged animals.
Yeah. But it is also described as Appalachia's deadliest urban legend.
Really?
Um, yeah,
So that kind
because
of
of
answers my
how,
question about.
yeah. So again, I mean, nothing's coming up. I literally typed in how to kill Wampus. Nothing had come up. Um, except for an article that said, not article, page that said Appalachia's deadliest urban legend explained, talking about the Wampus Cat, which I'm assuming it comes from the fact that it's extremely strong, extremely fast, extremely agile, and can also pierce your soul just by looking at you.
It's like the night fury of cryptids.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, he's like flipping through the Book of Dragons and he gets to that one. And it's
Yeah.
like no information but kill on
Yeah.
sight.
Exactly. But it could be similar. Maybe the Wampus Cat is just a cute little cat and he just needs pets,
Yeah,
but no one's wanted
maybe.
to pet him.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the live action How to Train Your Dragon yet, absolutely fantastic. I
Yeah.
cried multiple times, which I don't usually cry,
Yeah.
but that's like
I
my.
did too, but I do usually cry
Yes, you
at
do.
a
That's
lot of.
nothing new. It doesn't say
No,
anything.
seriously. Like I'm not even kidding you. I'll be sitting at work on TikTok and I will cry a good 6 or 7 times in the span of like
Literally,
10
anytime
minutes.
I send her like Attack on Titan edits
It's
or
usually
like
usually it's the Attack on Titan edits that make me start to cry first, and then everything that I see after that that's a little bit sad or even a little bit happy, I cry.
yeah, you
It
got it
it
going
just
on.
sets me off, the Attack on Titan stuff. It really did change my entire life, but
That's another thing that if you haven't watched, you should really watch.
yeah, like
Even
you don't even have to be an anime fan cuz like that was the first anime that we had watched. Like neither of us had ever been anime fans before that, and we watched
mm-mm.
it and it was like an immediate like
and
it's just you can appreciate the art for what it is.
it's like in general one of the greatest like fictional stories ever
No, seriously. I think it's probably the best film I like.
filmed.
Well, it is
Uh-uh.
like a type of film, isn't it?
No,
No?
film
What
is
is it?
a movie.
Okay, it's the best type of. How would you classify it then? Help me out.
A TV show, an anime,
Well, I'm
a
not talking
fictional
about just specifically
story,
a TV show. I'm talking about any type of like movie, TV show, anything ever that
art
I've
or
seen.
media or
But I'm trying to not be generalized to all art. I'm just saying like
let's
in the
see.
world of TV, that's like the best thing I've ever seen. Best storyline, best writing, best character development. It's like the best thing ever.
Do you think it's better than Breaking Bad? I know it's two very different
Yeah.
things, but like
Yeah. I mean, obviously Breaking Bad is great and also is like very up there for best things I've ever watched, but I just feel like Attack on Titan, I think what makes it better is the fact that it's a completely like fictional story, but yet it's so in depth and so it all connects so well. There's no discrepancies. It's just written so well. Whereas like Breaking Bad, it's like it's good and it's written really well, but it's more realistic versus creative and like imaginative.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I would use production
Yeah. Yeah.
because like
That's
fictional
good.
production.
Yeah.
Because this person says a TV series is not a film. They're
All
really
right.
specifically different things.
Okay. Well, that's getting off topic a little bit, but yes, production, whatever you want to call it, best thing.
Yeah.
So, like, even if I know you're not an anime watcher, I'm still going to tell you to watch it because I still think you'll enjoy it.
Because I flamed anime watchers so hard, and I was like, anime's so stupid, and who would ever watch this, and blah 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 blah. And then one day we were talking to your brother, and I was just like, if I was to start watching anime, which one should I watch first? And he said,
Mm-hmm.
Attack on Titan. Part of me is like, I kind of wish I hadn't watched that one first, because now so many others, like, I still enjoy other ones, but nothing will ever compare, I don't
No,
think,
that's so
to,
true. But at the same time, I still think I would have wanted to watch that one first because I think if I would have watched any other anime, maybe not any other, but I feel like if I would have watched another anime, I probably wouldn't have liked it nearly as much, and I probably wouldn't have wanted to keep watching
yeah,
anime.
yeah.
So I am glad that we started with that one. But also, another reason why I think it's such a good thing for people who don't watch anime to watch is because it's not like super like in quotations anime cringe.
Yeah.
You know, like they for the most part they talk like real normal people. They look like normal people. Like
And like,
it's
it's one of
not
those that's like, if you're a like book reader, it's very much that. Like, if there was a book, it would be a fantastic piece of literature as far as like character
well, it
development.
is a book.
Well, it's a manga. It's not like a.
Yeah.
I'm saying like words book, not manga.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
besides the point.
this is a review show now apparently. Um, but yeah, that's all you got.
Yeah, unless there's anything else you're wondering about. I mean, I didn't include everything that I read. I might have some random knowledge up here about it.
I don't think I. 'Cause it probably can't be killed. That was my question. It probably didn't breed with anything. Didn't breed with an ant.
Mm-mm. With an ant?
I was 6 legs.
I feel like, do ants have 6 legs? I feel like they have more than that.
I'm pretty sure it's just 6.
I thought it was 8. I don't know. No, 8 is spiders.
Yeah, 8 is arachnids.
Yeah.
An ant is not an
Okay.
arachnid.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
I don't know. I'm gonna verify my. How many legs does an
But I choose to believe in the first story that I read just because I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know. I feel like it makes the most sense, and I feel like I don't know. It
I don't
makes
know,
it not
but
as it is depressing, but it makes it more.
also if we're saying that this is like the deadliest Appalachian cryptid, then I want to go with the second story because the second story would have made it a lot more aggressive. You know,
Yeah.
ants have 6 legs.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. We kind of got all over the place there at the end,
Yeah.
but I think that's gonna do it for this episode
Mhm.
of Odd the Ghosts.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. I don't think we have any announcements. No announcements.
Mm-mm.
Nope. We're almost to episode 20.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We've kind of spiked in views a little bit recently. We've gotten the most views we've gotten ever over the last 2 episodes.
It's the education.
It is the education. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.